Hi everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included, everyone's favorite space colony management game. We're back, it's a new day, and we're continuing work on our pepper farm that we are about to hook up here. We have officially gotten the water tank all put together. I mined enough gold out of space in between episodes and got this pipe put in for us, so that way now our piping is now just kind of like zigzagging through here. And something else I was thinking about, which I've been kind of waiting for you to get here to do, which is that I want to move this pipe over to this bridge instead. And why is that? Well, instead of running, hello, deconstruct. Instead of running this pipe through here like this, what I want to do is I don't want to. We know we're gonna have cold, polluted water coming through this pipeline right here into this tank, and this is going to be hot water that we've already cooled, or sorry, already warmed to the right direction, right temperature that's coming in here. I don't want to cool this water back down, so what I'm going to do is we're just going to keep it in the loop, and then that way we're only inserting small bits of little pieces of cold water whenever a plant consumes some of that polluted water that's in the loop there. So we're going to make this slight adjustment right now, and I thought that would be a nice change. Let's see here, let's get all this construction done. That will be dandy. And otherwise, this is looking really good. We're right at the top here. We have 975 kilograms and climbing. What's over here though? Okay, so this should be overfilling any moment now. There we go. And this side is over as well. All right, let's turn this off. We'll go ahead and drop our insulated tiles in here and seal this thing off. And then let's just double check. The temperature is sitting right where we want it to be at 38 degrees. Perfect. So I think now we're about ready to hook this thing up. Let's see. Let's do a couple of things here. One, we're gonna need to turn this around. Oh, look at this, we have a broken pipe. Oh, I bet you I know what this is from. Okay, that's fun. And let's invert the flow of the water in this pipe and run it back down into our... I wonder how much O2 our base doesn't have right now. It's looking pretty good, actually. So we'll start running fluid back down towards our base. I'm gonna just go ahead and flip all these bridges around, and we'll see if we can't get this water out of here. And then we'll take this liquid vent out of here, as well as the automation that we put in to open and close the vent. All this can come out of here. Excellent. And then we'll empty this pipe. There we go. And once that's drained, we'll deconstruct it and get it out of the way. All right, so the only thing left that we have to do is let's go ahead and put in our polluted water. So we're gonna need... Actually, I might just use this pipe that's right here. Since this is kind of like a pipe superhighway at this point, I'm just gonna run it right through the vertically like this. I don't normally do this, but I think in this case, that's what we're gonna do. And since this is kind of like a backup system, I'm just gonna hook it up with a normal junction. I don't think I'm gonna control priority over any of that. I mean, really, technically, probably this should have priority if it ever needs polluted water. So maybe what we'll do is we'll put a bridge in like this, so that way the bridge is pulling priority into the water sieve for our O2 system and stuff like that. And let's investigate what the problem is here with this. I have a stinking suspicion I already know what it is. We've encountered this before, so we'll come back and do that. Which means deconstruct all of this, cancel this pipe, cancel this. Our pipe is empty, so let's go ahead and empty this out. And we'll deconstruct it and just get it out of the way. Let's fix this insulated pipe that isn't here. Okay, cool. I think that looks really good. So we'll start growing peppers here shortly. I can build all that out. We'll give it a good old sweep job up here as well, once this is all deconstructed. As a matter of fact, cancel sweep and mop orders. There we go. Okay. That didn't cancel that at all. Oh, it did. All right. Cool. All right, sweet. And you know what? The other thing I want to do in here is I want to put a thermosensor on this pipe right here. And we're going to put in a automated notifier with a sensor, with a automation wire there. And the reason why we're going to do that is we want to detect if the temperature gets too, let's see here, too warm. We want to detect if it gets too warm. If it gets too warm, then we're going to have to build in like a cold fluid mixing tank into the system, so that way we can introduce new cold stuff into the loop if it gets too hot. We've had that once and twice whenever we've used like fluids out of ethanol distillery that's cranking out like 70-degree water or something like that. Sometimes we've gotten our peppers a little too toasty, which is a major problem actually, because then if this room gets overheated, then we got to cool it back down to start growing peppers again. So anyway, cool. All right, and they fixed this. Great. Okay. But it's going to break almost immediately, so we'll have to deal with that here in a second. So I'm gonna take this out. And we're gonna connect it like that instead. And let's mop this up real quick. Okay, excellent. So that's gonna be it for peppers. Oh man, I'm kind of pumped about this. Which means that we can start thinking about planting these, although I'm gonna hold off a little bit. Let's let this come up at temperature so we're not wasting resources. Because as soon as you plant the plant, regardless of whether or not it's growing, it still needs to be fertilized and things like that. So let's actually like warm the room up a little bit. And then once that's warmed up, we'll go ahead and plant all of our plants. Excellent. All right, cool. Last but not least, the other thing that I want to do is I would like to put in some additional composting up here, just to use this space. And this composting we're going to use to send dirt up to our Sleet wheat farm. I don't know, can we, is there some laying on the ground here? We just don't have a lot of polluted dirt. Where are, speaking of dirt, I'm kind of curious what our dirt situation looks like. We might need to think about building an ethanol distillery up front. So we have 117 tons and decreasing. We don't have a lot of things making polluted dirt. What would actually be making polluted dirt here? Water sieve, maybe? Honestly, I don't think we have anything that's really making polluted dirt. We're probably getting some dirt from pips as well. And we probably have a bunch that we've dug out of these different biomes, like the slime and stuff like that, maybe? Interesting. Yeah, so we might need to think about doing ethanol. Well, I mean, we can do that, which means that we would need to set up a tree farm. Oh, God. Okay. But we can build peppers now, which is nice. Alright, let's see what's going on here. This tank is filling up. The packets are normalizing. The temperature in the pipe is... So all the fluid is starting to warm up to what we want. And the stuff that's coming back in is cooling down because it's getting chilled by all of the different pipes in here. Just fine. It's too bad we couldn't pre-warm this water before it went into the actual hydroponic farm tiles. So maybe what I'll do is I'll come through and we'll empty all these hydroponic farm tiles out so that they aren't holding 5 kilograms of 23-degree temperature polluted water. Okay, this is looking mighty fine here. Cool. All right, well, we'll let this thing do do what it needs to do to bring this whole room up to temperature. It's gonna take some time probably, mainly because we're using normal granite tiles. We're trying to promote a stable atmosphere, so we're trying to avoid radiant pipes if possible, and build a lot of mass. Okay, and then also, just for funsies, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put in a couple of granite temp shift plates just to help circulate things a little bit. Especially over in this neck of the woods. There we go. Okay. Good, good, good. All right, excellent. Well, we'll let them build that. Let's not stare at this. It's like watching grass grow. We're not gonna look at it. And we'll let this whole area come up to temperature. It's already starting to creep up a little bit. You can kind of see it's turning orange, so that's great. All right, we'll come back and work on that later. So this little problem. I know what this problem is, and it's our bypass is what it is. I know it's our bypass. So we have a bypass in here that basically says, hey, don't take the fluid and chuck it into this tank unless it's absolutely necessary. And so if this pipe is consuming polluted water, it's gonna just blow right past the pump and come right out. And so we have a cool slush geyser that's producing negative 10 degree polluted water down here, which is unfortunate. So this polluted water is probably getting bypassed and going straight to the water sieve and then breaking. What we could do, I guess, is we could just put in a little bit of radiant pipe there, let it just come up to temperature with the surrounding environment. That could go both ways though. It could be really warm or it could be really cold, I suppose. Anyways, what I would really like is, could we get, oh, perfect. How long until, I want to see where this polluted dirt falls on the floor. I don't remember what tile it is. It's either on the left or it's on the right. And then based on that, it'll help us make auto super decisions. I want to say it's on the left? No, it's right in the middle. But wait, what tile is this? It's technically in the middle. So, would the auto super be able to pick this up? I don't know, actually. That's a good question. Well, only one way to find out. Let's just go ahead and place it so that this auto super is picking things up from the middle. Go ahead and do that there. And we're gonna allow people to manually deliver polluted dirt to these, I think. I think that's okay. And then this is gonna be for dirt as well. Okay, and then we need a shipping rail, and the shipping rail is gonna come up here and connect into that system right there. Okay, so that'll deliver dirt on this conveyor rail into the system. Plenty perfect. Let's hold off on building at least one, if not both of these real quick. Let's unpause the game real quick. And then what we'll do is just put in some scaffolding so that people can build these tiles. Okay, great. Well, that's good. I don't know if we'll leave it there long term, but I think it's a nice short-term solution. We could just chuck it down here, to be honest. All right, team, what are we gonna work on next? I mean, this is looking really good. We could start thinking about planting this stuff. It's getting up there. I'm gonna hold off. We're gonna wait. I might plant one. And let's put it at the beginning of the loop, you know? All right, we'll plant one. It's kind of a waste. And then, yeah, we could start thinking about bringing the Sleet wheat farm online too. So what do we need for this? What's left? We have everything we need except for the water, to be honest. So if that's the only thing left, and this is cool, we got this down to like 0 degrees. Oh wow, this is actually too cold, isn't it? We might have water freezing in here. I suppose it's okay once we get the actual Sleet wheat going. So I'm gonna be very cautious about this. What does our loop look like? We have new stuff coming in right here. Okay, what I'm gonna do is we have 1900 sleet wheat. Are you kidding me right now? That's hilarious. I'm just gonna plant a couple of these. Actually, you know what? Let's spread them out. Let's spread them out. Here, let's copy this. We'll put 2 there. 2 here, 2 here. I just want to spread them out a little bit so that way water is being consumed in multiple parts of the loop. And 2 here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, now the thing is we're gonna have dirt coming in here. Well, I want those planted and then we'll hook this pipe up. So now we need water. And I think our water source is just gonna come right down through here. Right down through here. We're gonna give this pipe priority because this is O2. Deconstruct this real quick. And let's flip that around and put a bridge in. Oh, actually, we want to keep that one. Hold on, hold on. Take this pipe out, even though we're gonna rebuild it. And we're gonna overflow this into our sleet wheat farm. Wow, brain's not working quite yet today. Sorry, guys. All right, do we want to bridge this way? I think yes. Why not? Okay, this can all get put in. Our farmers are probably gonna be on this job. Look, they're already getting ready to plant. Okay. All right, so these actually require like a fair amount of dirt, right? 5 kilograms per cycle. We have 116 tons of dirt in waiting. There we go. That can all get built. And our pipes are gonna look really nice here. Okay. So yeah, so we'll get the water going into the system. My fear is that, and maybe what we should do, since we don't have like a full farm going here. Cancel, stop for a minute. You know what I might do? I'm really paranoid about having these pipes and having to manage them and having broken pipes. I might just put in a liquid valve here and we're gonna regulate the flow for a little while. We're gonna take this out long term, but I think we'll go ahead and do that. That way we're not running like a full thing in here. We can kind of estimate too. How much water does this take? 20 kilograms per cycle. Yeah, I think we're just gonna run like a thin bead of water in there. And we'll let that thing go. It's gonna fill all these hydroponic farm tiles up anyway. So that might be an issue, but we'll get there when the time comes. Okay, this is looking good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, this one's already planting. 35 degrees. The hydroponic farm is 28 degrees. Excellent. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and configure this liquid valve. I'm just gonna let a little bit of water flow through at a time. You know what we could do is just sever this and break the loop entirely. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll let them do their thing. We'll get some sleet wheat up and running, which means that we can start making pepper bread. No filter selected. If it is carbon dioxide, there we go. Okay, we never configured that last time when we built that last episode. All right, sweet. What else is on the agenda? So we need to think about going ahead and setting up an oven, right? We need to set up a gas range. So where do we want to put this thing? 600 watts, 1900 watts. I guess right along this power line might be nice. So I think today what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and set up a gas range and we're gonna stick it down here in the corner. I'm gonna give it a little bit of space in case we decide to put something around it. We tend to have a little bit of equipment in here, such as an auto sweeper that is going to be responsible for picking up all the food off the ground that people leave around here. So we'll go ahead and just plan for that right now. And we're gonna need a conveyor loader as well. Might just... Do we want to put a receptacle in here? No. That should be fine. I think I'm gonna just gonna move all of the food equipment. What's on this line? This is 600 watts. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put in our electric grills up here. I think that'll be fine. One here. We'll just make 2. That way, you know, we have some food options. And we'll make a musher. Just, you know, you never know. You never know when you might need something smushed. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I might put a second gas range down here. This might produce a little bit more heat than we want, but we have ways to cool it. I'm not concerned about it. All right. So this can get hooked up here. That can go there. These can get hooked up like that. Excellent. And then same as below. Let's go ahead and set up some auto sweepers to make sure all this food that people are just gonna leave laying around gets swept up. And then all of this food can get dropped into our food storage. Right? Right. I have a feeling we're going to go over on power, but that's okay. All right, a basic kitchen, you know, nothing too fancy. Until I decide how we're going to redo this little space right here. I think that this is what we're going to do for now. Because at some point, I'm going to pull this whole thing apart. So, but this will get us up and running. The only thing we have left to do then is we need to run some natural gas in here, right? So let's take a look at that. Now, when we discussed this before, we were thinking maybe we could sneak in through the hallway here and just keep extending this down. But I don't think I want to do it right there. So I think what we'll do is we'll... This is CO2? Yeah, okay. Oh, I hate doing the double pipe thing, but we're not going to run any other pipes through here, so I guess we'll compromise for once. And we'll run this natural gas pipe down through here. Let's try to keep things as straight and tidy as possible to avoid any funky bridge work that we might have to do. This can come right through here. And speaking of bridge work, yep, that's right. We'll get those put in and we'll take these tiles out. Insulated gas pipe, gone. All right, nice. So this will run the gas range once we get it built. On the achievement, what did we get? Okay. All of this can get built now. What did we get? What did? It's weird to see colony achievements later. And distribute 1,000 kilograms of oxygen using gas vents. Where are we pumping oxygen? That's a better question. Do we actually have a vent somewhere? I don't really think we do, but I guess so. That's weird. Okay. All right, we're growing Sleet wheat, gang. Look at this. And we have full packets. So we did not regulate this. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this really low to like 100 grams. I have a feeling this water, yeah, we have full packets of water in here. This sucks. I have a feeling this water is gonna cool down and start messing things up a little bit. But let's see, you know. The other thing that we wanna do is I wanna make sure that these are all set to a 6. And I think what I might do is downgrade half of the mealwood farm. I don't think we're quite ready for that yet, but what I want them to do is I want them to prioritize dirt. I want to prioritize dirt going to the Sleet wheat farm over the mealwood farm. Okay. Other things that we need to do, we need to extend this. Ooh, that's not what we want. We want to extend this floor out here. And we accidentally put some ladders in there. Let's go and fix that. Okay, cool. And we'll get all this dug out. I'm really glad. Oh, before I dig that out, let's, actually, yeah, let's deconstruct this old plumbing system that we have here. So this was all for, yeah, cancel this one, I guess. This was for emptying this whole chamber out here. So we'll get this taken out, and that will clean up that little section. Perfect. If we have to, we'll dig in down below here. Okay, excellent. Well, great. Well, man, this is amazing. We have gotten so much done. So on to other topics. We have peppers. Are they growing? Is this actually growing up here? No, he's not growing quite yet. He's still a little too cold. He's a little chilly up here. We still have quite a bit of heat we need to take out of this area. We'll work on that. And I think what I'm going to do, specifically on this water tile, is I think I might empty the storage, which would insert in new warm water. And same thing for here. Let's go ahead and prioritize these to be a 6. And let's get these temp shift plates put in, everybody. Construction, build. Okay, cool, great. I'm really excited about this right here. We need to configure our conveyor loaders. So what do we need here? We want to say if anything that is consumable or is a cooking ingredient, not consumable or, a cooking ingredient and edible, or a seed for that matter, all three of those, sweep them up, send them down into storage. And that's looking really good. I don't know how I feel about these guys doing micronutrient fertilizer. I suppose we could disable these? I don't know. It's fine for now. We'll let them crank out a bunch of that stuff. Alright, so the gas ranges. Pepper bread for days. Let them get started. I suppose if we have any of this other stuff like surf and turf or crossburgers, we're not growing mushrooms. We're definitely not making stuffed berries because we're not savages around here. I guess we could. No, we don't want to make bristleberries. All right. That can all get set up. Let's go ahead and copy these settings from up here. Put there. Look, there's rotting food right here. Ooh, rotten barbecue? Are you serious? Oh. See, this is why we need auto sweepers. Tofu? We're just cranking tofu out like it's nobody's business. That's hilarious. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just deconstruct this one now. We don't need it anymore. And we'll deconstruct this as well. It looks like these all have the appropriate settings, so this can all get taken out. We'll take out the old grill. It's exciting. And then similarly here, edible, cooking ingredient, seeds. I don't really see that ever happening, but hey, you know what? If it's on the floor, get it out of here. Stop letting it rot. All right, cool. And let's sweep this up. I don't think that we have a place for this food, so I think what I'm gonna do is just do that for right now. This is probably where we're getting polluted dirt from. All the rotting food everywhere. As our efficiency increases, we're gonna have less rotting things. That might be a problem. All right, I'm just gonna dig the bottom out. Oh, they came down here and did all this. All right, great. Random automation wire. Let's get that taken out. Okay, awesome. Well, we'll have the ability to make sleet wheat here in a moment. That's great. The only other thing I would like to do, just because, you know, we can. It's temporary. Is let's just go ahead and give them a little bit of decoration, shall we? You know, we can let them just have something nice to look at. Whoever these people are. There we go. Make that a nice space. Did we ever finish these? No, we didn't. That's funny, actually. All right, we'll go ahead and set that. I'm really glad there's a pickle painting. It's my favorite painting in the game. All right, so now that that's up and running, I will feel really good if by the end of this episode, this pepper plant is growing in here. We have, it's almost up to temperature. Look at this. This is 34 degrees down here. I'm really excited about this. Okay. So once this is up to temperature, then we'll feel really good about this. Did they actually come and set this valve? Average flow rate, 0.1 gram per second. I think so, because it's accepting liquid, so it must be, we must be consuming it faster than we're inserting it into the system. Hey, you know what? I'm okay with that. And then we'll adjust that based on our needs. Great. Well, what should we turn our attention to next? So now that we have a farm, it's going to need dirt. We don't really have a dirt source. So what we could do is start putting in arbor trees and having some pips, and then take the arbor trees and make ethanol. That means that we're gonna have a crap ton of power. But based on our history of the game, we seem to always be power short. So maybe that's okay. I don't know. So we could work on those. We don't have it. We've converted all the gold amalgam into, that sucks. We've converted all the gold amalgam into gold. Dang, man, this really is a bummer. I really hate that we don't have a metal volcano on this map. You know? Like, what an impact that has made in this playthrough in general. No metal volcanoes? Jeez. Well, if we're going to actually have this thing fully functioning, we're gonna need a way to make dirt. Let's do some research real quick. Dirt. What we want to do is now we could have a way to make a lot of polluted dirt. Additional states, molten glass. Wait, what? What do we do if we heat this up? You heat polluted dirt up, it makes molten glass? I never knew that. That's amazing. We'll have to figure out some ways of getting dirt. I think building an ethanol or a tree farm and then just putting a bunch of pips in there and letting them do their thing, I think that'll sustain some of that farm. The other thing too then is we would need to put in an ethanol refinery. We could just stack all that lumber up, but I would rather have the ethanol refinery, and then we can convert all of that into polluted dirt. We don't have crabs on this map, do we? We don't have poke shells? Doesn't look like it, so it's okay. How are we looking down here? Stop making this hard on yourselves. Dig this out. Okay, we need 2 tiles here. 3 pieces of pipe, and we're online for our natural gas solution. Cool. Speaking of natural gas, I forgot all about this. I started framing this one out. in between. Just to get this over with, we're gonna need to go ahead and put in a steel pump down here. We'll add this natural gas to our supply. That is out. That is running right now. I think, I guess we'll put this on the floor. We'll run this over here for right now. I don't know if we're gonna have a formal floor there or not, but for the purposes of this, we'll say we are. And we're gonna need some automation wire in here. We just want to put an atmos sensor in. And that can get busy. I really want to know how long until this goes dormant again. Now, what we could do is just like not care that it's active, dig it out. We need to do the analysis on it, right? Do the analysis on it and then seal this whole thing up. We could have moved this over one tile, but whatever. And then seal this whole thing up. Or wait potentially 50 cycles for it to go dormant again in the hope that we see it. Oh, we do have a water lock here. Well, why not? And then let's save. Let's try to save anything in here that, you know, that is natural gas. Gosh, we're losing it at the end of the video here. Sorry guys. Okay. So let's cancel this. We'll just run this pipe up. We want a element sensor and a shutoff valve. Actually, we could just do an element sensor and a vent, can't we? Yeah, let's do that instead. So I'm gonna run this over here, out here into the hallway. And then what we'll do is we'll put a sensor and a gas vent. Gas pipe element sensor, and we need a NOT gate. If it is not natural gas, open the vent, right? I think that's what we'll do. There we go. And then this doesn't need to be like this. And we'll straighten this out a little bit later. Okay, that'll allow us to vacuum it while we're doing all this work. We do need to run power down here though. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can't find a power source for this. We're gonna have to run a new power line almost exclusively for this whole section. What about something like this? Can we just extend this across right here? It's 240 watts. Actually. Geez, the longest conductive wire of all time is being installed as we speak. Oh wait, that is... Okay, this isn't hot. All right, great. Yeah, we're just gonna dig this out. So we'll dig all of this stuff out. We're just gonna open this whole space up here. Good, good. And then this can just be normal tile through here. Cool. All right, and then this conductive wire is gonna come all the way through here. And I guess we'll just drop it down here for right now. I think this is fine. There we go. Okay, that's quite a big job. I'll go ahead and take this out in between videos and they can work on that. We'll try to get that natural gas vent online. Or geyser, sorry. I'm interchanging my words today. All right, and then we'll run that natural gas over here somewhere. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just run it through. I don't want to come near this cool slush geyser though. We're really digging this map out, aren't we? Okay, I'll go ahead and dig all of this out as well. These. And then what we're gonna do is run. Can we actually? Yeah, I'll run it over to here and then we'll just hook it up into that pipe that's already up there. Although if we extended, no, because this goes into a hot biome. If I extended it down this ladder right here, we punctured this hot biome and I don't want to do that. So yeah, we'll run it up here like this. That's fine. Okay. And then that can get piped into here. We'll just hook it right up. I don't think there's any reason not to. I'm gonna put a bridge on it just so it's more of a mental reminder of what direction things are going. Long pipes, you know, they get a little tricky at times. And we'll hook that up and then go into storage. So we'll have another one in the mix. All right, sweet. That looks really good. Well, I think that's gonna wrap things up for today's episode. A big shout out to all my subscribers and people who donate to the channel and the stream. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. If you're enjoying this series, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to be notified of future videos. I really appreciate your support, and Happy New Year's if I don't talk to you before then.